Oh hey, didn't see you there. This is Tom from Upside Down Shark, and this is our roundup of all the things you need to know about E3 2019. This time we've wrangled the entire UDS staff to take a look at every single panel at E3 so you know what games to be excited for. So without further ado, let's jump to Craig and his analysis of the Xbox and EA panels.
I'm here all by my lonely self. It's your boy. Maybe it's your man, you know, after what he's been through. It's Craig. For those of you who do not know, E3 is a video games convention where the big video game companies come together to talk shop, where we have new releases coming out, new announcements, updates on games that are happening, and so on and so forth. This year was a big deal because Sony PlayStation did not attend, which, you know, is sad in a way because it's tradition, really. Every June, the big three, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, come together to do big announcements. However, with them not being there, Xbox decided to step up their game. And so what I will be doing is taking you through Xbox and also EA Plays, and then I will pass it over to Dobbie and Neale, where they will be discussing Nintendo's. So if you would like to bear with me, we will get straight to it with EA Plays. But first, I think we're going to have a swig of water, you know. All by myself, talking, just need a bit of a hydration, as they say. EA Play is a separate event that happens. EA don't do a press conference now because they don't really have a lot to show these days. And with Anthem being something they don't want to talk about, they relied on something else. Their biggest thing that they had to show was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now this is a third-person style game. It looks very similar to Uncharted. The guy is a bit Nathan Drakey, jumping from pillar to post and using force powers and lightsabers to just disgrace fools, pretty much, and he's just going all along the world, just leaving his mark as a Jedi. And it's called Fallen Order, so it will probably have something to do with the way the Jedis go, because it takes place after episode 3. And the developers did comment that they are fully in canon with the films, and this is something that just goes hand in hand. So all the films, the games, and some of the books now, they are all the same canon after Disney ripped the extended universe when they bought Star Wars from Lucasfilm. So it looks interesting at the very least, and I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm maybe not as hyped as everyone else was watching the trailer, to be honest. So we'll see. The second biggest thing from EA Play, I would say, would be Apex Legends Season 2. So what they've decided to do for Season 2 is to add a new character, a new gun called the L-Star, and to create weekly and daily challenges. So now they want you to log in on all the time, just playing, getting all those bonuses so that you can level up and make the most of Season 2. Some people were disappointed that they haven't been sticking to a more heavy schedule like Fortnite, but they replied by saying that they want developers to be happy and to not kill themselves. Fair enough, you know. I would say it's a good game, you know. People are enjoying the core of it. Why rush to make new add-ons like Fortnite have been doing, you know? And then for the rest of EA Play, we had FIFA, we had Madden, and we had Battlefield 5. So FIFA had a new Streets mode. They've had it before, but they're having it again now, which is more of a party mode. They had a trailer for Madden. It's Madden, and they announced new maps and I think another game type for Battlefield 5 as well, because people were still playing that apparently. Who would have thought? So with Sony not being in the E3 convention, Xbox decided it was time for them to step up their game. They were like, they're not going, it's our time to seize this opportunity and we're going to go hard with it. And, you know, I was expecting a lot. Maybe they underperformed to what I was expecting, but they still showed something, I would say. And, you know, what they did show was good. It was good. The biggest thing I would like to, in my opinion, say was the Game Pass Ultimate. So they have Xbox Live Gold, which is basically, everyone knows what that is now. You pay a monthly subscription, you get 2 or 3 free games, and you get to play online with all your buddies, all your friends, all your pals. But with Game Pass Ultimate, they've linked all the other things together as well. So you get the Game Pass for Xbox, which is basically you pay, I think it's £10 a month, maybe £9 for this country, and you get a selection of 100 games you can just download and play whenever you want. There you go. And they extended that now to PC, so now they've got Xbox Game Pass for PC, and it's the same thing, over 100 games, just download to your PC and play whatever you want. But they've bundled them all together for Game Pass Ultimate, which is the Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Game Pass for PC, all together in one really, really good monthly fee, really, for the amount of games you get for that price is pretty astonishing. And currently, if you are an Xbox Live Gold member, you can upgrade for a single £1 or $1. They will convert your Xbox Gold into Games Pass Ultimate. So you pay £1 and you're getting all those free games on your PC and your Xbox. So the barrier to entry there is ridiculous. And I recommend everyone should at least, just go and put £1 in, and then you can get some games that you like. I got Void Bastards on it, and trust me, it's worth it. Worth the £1. The biggest moment for the conference for me was when your boy Keanu Reeves came down from the heavenly above and ascended to Xbox's conference. Here we had a trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. And near the end, your character gets rescued by someone. They take off their goggles, and it just happens to be Keanu Reeves, his likeness in the game. After that, he came out to the stage where he looked so happy to be there, I would say. He's really a humble-looking celebrity, I would say. So he was happy to be there, and he just went on with his piece about the game and how he was in it, and it gave us the release date, which is
the 16th of April, 2020.
I do recall. I was more happy just to see Keanu. Keanu. They also announced a Blair Witch game, which I'm confused. I'm very confused. But I suppose back when Blair Witch was released, there was just bad licensing games. Whilst now we have good licensing games like Spider-Man and Batman. So perhaps someone's been given the license and they're just going to roll with it and make it an interesting game. With Resident Evil 7 being out there and being a horror game, maybe there's a good one for Blair Witch to happen as well. You never know. They didn't really announce any new console. They announced the release date and what's going to happen on it. They said they don't like load times, and they reckon it should be a smooth transition to playing games. And that's all they said. They said the new box is going to be announced in the next year, and they said it's going to release holiday next year as well. So that's something for Christmas next year. Better get saving, little Jimmy. They also touched upon xCloud, and it's going to be released October. Free for anyone to try, I believe. So that should be interesting at the very least. Get into that streaming future that they all want us to adopt. They showed us another cutscene for Halo Infinite. Didn't give us any gameplay, but said it's going to be released on the next Xbox as well. Gears 5 and Gears Funko were announced. Gears 5 is out in a couple of months, and I think you can sign up for Gears Funko now, if the press conference said. Gears 5 looks interesting from just a narrative standpoint. It looks like Gears 4 was just a new developer picking it up and trying to make a Gears game, whilst Gears 5 looks like they're taking their own spin on it. They've taken their time. They're going to just break the walls down is what they're trying to do on that game. What else happened was that George Railroad Martin, the Game of Thrones creator, is teaming up with the Dark Souls, Bloodborne people to create a game. Everyone said, why is he not finishing those books? I guess he's busy advising on video games now, as well as those 5 spin-offs from Game of Thrones. I don't know. George, just, make everyone happy. Make yourself happy, actually. Do what you want to do, George. Who cares if you pass away and the books aren't finished? The TV show's done. People can just go on from there, can't they? Can't they? That's what they should do. The most shocking one I thought as well was the piece of news that Double Fine was purchased by Xbox Games. So what makes this so weird is that Double Fine are so eccentric in their games that they create and release. They're very unique. They're on the bigger end of the indie development people. They help start their own crowdfunding service with Fig, and they're just so eccentric in what they do. And with Microsoft buying them, they said that they still have free reign to do what they want to do, which is good. That means that Double Fine now get quite a bit of money. They get money for doing the games they love. So all in all, I think the Xbox conference was solid. I was personally looking for a hardware announcement or something like that, but I was happy with Keanu. I would have liked to see a few more like big shocks and stuff like that, but this is what we got now. You know, this is the run up to the next generation now. We know next year there's going to be a new console from Xbox, a new console from PlayStation, and the next year is just going to be a run up to that. And with the cloud services now on the verge this year, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few years of video games.
Oh, Craig, that was great. Let's jump to Neale and Dobbie to see what they thought of the Nintendo panel.
Hello and welcome to Upside Down Shop's coverage of this year's E3 2019. My name is Neale Upton. Joining me today is Matthew Dobbie.
Hello, Neale.
So we have just finished watching the Nintendo Direct for this year's E3. Dobbie, general thoughts first.
General thoughts on Nintendo Direct? Well, for me it was a bit of a weak showing. There wasn't a lot I was massively interested in, but the things I did like really they hit home with me.
Yeah, very good, very good. I for one had a great time. I thought it was right up my alley. Lots of good stuff. Opening, Doug Bowser.
Doug Bowser was the highlight of the stream for me.
Very funny man already.
Very funny man, and then it turns out he wasn't the actual Doug Bowser.
It wasn't Doug Bowser.
The actual Doug Bowser came out, and it was the start of a downfall for the stream, as far as I was concerned.
Oh dear. Well, you know, and then, yes, the Doug Bowser that has replaced Reggie turned up. Very funny man. Not got the charisma, but, you know, we have to give him time, give him a chance. Changed my mind, I love it.
Okay.
First on the ballot, I'm voting for Dragon Quest to be in Smash, which it will be. Dragon Quest, the heroes from Dragon Quest
It's in Smash.
are in Smash, and probably going to be Echo Fires. That's cool. I like Dragon Quest. Don't think you can.
Not a care in the world.
It's kind of a niche series, I guess. Not as big as Final Fantasy, but Dragon Quest XI coming to the Switch soon, September 27th, and after that, straight on to Link's Awakening that they showed. No, but
well, that's what we'll
I'm jumping here.
Yeah,
making leaps. Yeah, Link's Awakening. That's got a release date. Did it say? 20th of September.
Yeah, 20th of September. Yeah.
That looks pretty cool. Still, I like the look of that.
When it comes to The Legend of Zelda, I'm not a big fan. I've played a couple of games, and neither of them really stuck with me.
I'm a big fan of Zelda. The microphone was cut out at some point, so I don't need that. Trials of Mana, part of the Trilogy of Mana series, and apparently that's the third game.
Quadrilogy now, isn't it? I thought that was the fourth.
I think it's a remake.
Oh.
Of the third one, because bringing out the trilogy on the Switch, aren't they? They said. I think Trials of was the third one, and Secret of Mana is the one that everyone likes. That they released on the Super Nintendo Classic a couple of years ago.
Right.
But yeah, that'll be interesting. I put Man Trilogy when I meant to write Mana. I'm just noticing now. Just taking notes quickly. Fire Emblem, that looks cool. It comes out in July.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. That's like we said, Nintendo Direct wasn't for everyone. The Witcher 3, that's coming to the Switch. I heard rumours about that before the Direct, but I think everyone was just kind of like, why? And then they showed it, it was like, why? It looks kind of bad.
In terms of having it portable, I guess that's a cool thing, but it's not the sort of game I'd play on the Switch personally.
Visually, yeah, it looks a bit PS2-ish. But you know, some people will want that, I guess. I might, if it was cheap, it won't be cheap actually, will it?
No.
They never are on the Switch, of course. So, No More Heroes 3. Didn't know.
What was?
Can you not hear that bird?
No, I've got sound cancelling.
Very good. No More Heroes 3. Travis Touchdown. Suda51. Did you ever play any of them?
No.
No. The first two were on the Wii, and the first one was on PS3 as well. But I think they released... There was a spin-off that they did earlier this year, and it was very badly received. The Treehouses...
dance in the background.
Very good, very good. No More Heroes 3. If you like No More Heroes 1 and 2, you'll probably like this. It looks pretty cool. Daemon X Machina.
You said you were interested.
It was right up my alley. I played the demo. They put that on the eStore a couple of months ago. It was pretty fun.
Again, did nothing for me.
No. It's like Monster Hunter with big robots, so that's, exactly what I want out of the game. Ultimate Alliance 3.
Now that I was interested in. This was the first point in the showing at which I found myself perking up.
Like a coffee
for no
cup.
real reason other than I just like the Marvel characters, really.
Yeah. It looks alright. It looks like Ultimate Alliance, and they've always been pretty fun. July 13th. And then future...
Is that when it's coming out?
Yep. And then future DLC in autumn, is it?
It said starting this autumn, we'd get DLC on Marvel Knights, X-Men, and Fantastic Four, which is lovely.
Yeah, start rolling stuff out for that. Very good, very good. Police Chain Cops, aka Astral Chain. Not really sure what the hell is happening in that game, but it's by Platinum, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Crypto the Necro Dancers Legend of Zelda game. Is it a game or is it?
I don't know. It looked as if it was this whole thing.
It looked like a separate, like a standalone thing, but it looks very similar to Crypto the Necro Dancer, which is a fun game. I think they brought it out on Switch recently, so... Alright, now we get to the big guns. Why did I... Oh, you wrote Marvel in it.
Yeah.
Why did I write that? Big guns. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020 Tokyo.
It looked exciting. There were rumours it would happen.
Yeah.
And we found out the Olympic Games would indeed be happening in 2020, and it turns out it has happened.
And it looks like they've added a lot of sports in there. They've got skateboarding. They had... What's the horse... dancing thing.
Dressage.
Dressage.
Rock climbing as well, I saw.
Rock climbing. Lots of new stuff in there. Looked pretty fun.
And,
Sonic sucks still, but...
Eggman's upped his game and he's
Yes,
beating Sonic.
yeah. He beat Sonic in a sprint. Either Sonic's weak or... Yeah, he is actually. Moving on. Animal Crossing Switch. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool. Very
it looks
chill.
pretty cool. I was expecting far more of a showing for it. I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone wants it and has been talking about it for ages, but I'm pretty happy with what they showed. We kind of know what to expect now. Looks a bit more, not survival-y, but with elements of that sort of survival building.
It's all about building everything, by the looks of it, on a deserted island, because Nook's just sent you there for who knows what reason at this point.
Yeah, and you got a tent. I wouldn't want to live out of a tent. Alright, New Horizons, very good. And then we had the extra Smash character reveal.
The one that was actually interesting, should be said.
Doug Bowser.
Now that I would pay for. But of course it was actually Duck Hunt Duo.
Duck Hunt Duo. Back in the game, they were removed for being too strong. Nintendo took them out at fan request, adding them back in.
Of course.
With a couple of additions. Rare games. Rare where?
Rare
Brer Rabbit from
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie is going to be in Smash.
I guess you could say they'll be getting jiggy with it.
That made a good sound. Will Smith will also be in the game. Banjo-Kazooie, be cool. It looked pretty fun. I think it's something that everyone has asked for.
There are a couple of characters. Well, I say a couple of characters. They're a singular character who people have wanted for a long time, and it's good that they're coming finally.
Yeah, I've only played a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie. I think
the only Banjo-Kazooie I've ever played is Nuts and Bolts, and I honestly enjoyed it.
And I think a lot of people didn't because they were fans of the previous two.
Yeah,
and have been waiting.
But to me, it was just
sequel.
like, hey, car building.
Yeah, it's different for a 360. Who knows what that'll be like. I assume they'll add some new Banjo-Kazooie related maps and stuff.
It looked like there were a few. There was some Gruntilda stuff in there, wasn't there?
Maybe a Gruntilda assist trophy as well, or something like that.
Yeah, but you got the little skeleton fella. He'll probably be an assist trophy, won't he?
I don't know who they are. Mr. Skeleton.
Let's call him Bodhi.
And then the big bit at the end that the Nintendo guys getting in a lot of trouble for telling us about. They're making a sequel to Breath of the Wild. Big news.
Never done before.
No, except for Majora's Mask.
And any others.
Woo! Majora's Mask. Breath of the Wild edition. Maybe. We don't know what it's going to be about.
There was a dead guy, as far as I saw.
They had a big sword for him. Who
was
knows?
Interesting.
Yeah. It'll be really cool. I still haven't beaten Breath of the Wild. I put like 90 hours into that game and I haven't... I've refused to go into Hyrule Castle and finish the game. So.
Me too.
Why is he here? He doesn't even have a Switch. The whole presentation, there wasn't a single 3DS game.
There was nothing there for me. Just Dances on the Wii.
Spyro.
Spyro, which is also coming to PC and is far more interesting.
No, who cares about PC? Oh, personally got the green screen there, I punched it. I had a good time.
There was something about the Dark Crystal as well, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics edition of the Dark Crystal or something.
Because we want that.
I mean, I like what I saw of half of the Dark Crystal, and I like Final Fantasy Tactics. Never really thought they'd combine the two.
Never in my life have I thought I need a game of this.
No. But, Netflix, big money. And Stranger Things, actually, wasn't there? Well, Stranger Things free game.
There was something else in the little indie lineup, but I can't remember what it was. So it clearly didn't leave that much of an impression on me.
No. I think in general, probably the strongest of the couple I saw.
I mean, yeah. Of what I've seen, and probably the whole conference outside of everything.
It's been a bit of a weak E3.
It's been a really weak E3 altogether. Probably not helped by the fact Sony didn't show up. But who knows what they'd have had anyway, honestly.
If Microsoft maybe had revealed a bit more, or like given an or maybe if they announced that the Scarlet was coming out this year.
The thing for me, when you have Sony and Microsoft together, it adds that little extra bit of competition which makes either company want to do better.
Everyone treats Nintendo as if they're like irrelevant to the competition. Because I feel like people that like Nintendo stuff don't need to worry about it.
I feel like Nintendo have their audience and they're going to do fine regardless, aren't they? Without Sony being there, I feel like Microsoft just really didn't feel the need to show up.
Mm-hmm. I just realised the microphone is probably in the bottom of the phone and is inside the shoe. So I don't know how much of this will be picked up. The microphone we were using died.
If it doesn't work, subtitle it with what you think we said.
Put something on the green screen, Tom. We're out. Sports.
So I'm going to call it now. Nintendo have won E3 with the announcement of the Breath of the Wild sequel. That is some grade A fan service, but frankly, I couldn't ask for anything more. So that just leaves it to me to wrap up the best of the rest. Over on Bethesda's panel, we got the announcement that Doom Eternal will be dropping this November, much earlier than anticipated, and looks phenomenal. Honestly, the first Doom of the reboot is one of the best FPSs of the modern era, so this looks just as good. We also got the announcement of a brand new IP called Ghostwire Tokyo, which also looks great. And in less exciting news, we got the announcement that there's going to be a Fallout 76 Battle Royale mode. And I don't really know who this is for, but Fallout has always had notoriously bad shooting mechanics, so this could be hot garbage. Over on the Ubisoft panel, we had the announcement of the latest entry into the Watch Dogs franchise, Watch Dog Legion, which will be set in a post-Brexit dystopian Britain, which hits far too close to home, and frankly is terrifying. With that being said, the game actually looks pretty good. They showed off some of the gameplay where you can assume the control of any NPC, which is some crazy mechanics. Reminds me a bit of the Nemesis system in Shadow of Mordor, which also worked really, really well. So I'm excited to pick up on the franchise, which, let's be honest, has kind of been a bit stop-start for the first two entries. We also got trailers for Ghost Recon Breakpoint and Rainbow Six Quarantine. Neither game I'm particularly excited for, but I'm sure there are some people out there. Let us know if you're a fan of either franchise. Do these games look good? Tell us in the comments. In news that is far more up my street, Roller Champions looks like Rocket League meets Roller Derby, and frankly, that's a mix that's been a long time coming. And finally, from Ubisoft, we have Gods and Monsters, which kinda looks like Breath of the Wild mixed with Greek mythology, and that also sounds like a match made in heaven. Or would that be Valhalla? No, that's Vikings. Olympus, that's the one. Fan favourite Square Enix also dropped a few nuggets of information, but the highlights for me were the announcement that Final Fantasy VII will drop on 3rd of March 2020, so not very long. And they also dropped the trailer for their much-hyped Marvel Avengers game, which looks fantastic, albeit with a few caveats. Gameplay looks great, the cityscapes look amazing. However, when we've been used to the MCU for so long, it's very hard to detach the actors from the characters. So by putting new faces and new voices to Iron Man and Hulk, Thor, Captain America, it just doesn't fit right yet. Earlier in the week, Google announced a few more tidbits about their streaming cloud-based gaming system, Stadia. or Stadia, no one seems to really know. It will launch this November, costing £8.99 a month, and with titles including Destiny 2, Ghost Recon Breakpoint and The Division 2 at launch, all running at a silky smooth 4K 60 FPS, there are plenty of things to be excited for. The free version of Stadia comes out later this year, and if it goes well, could be the future of gaming, if you've got a decent internet connection. And finally, there was the PC panel, but nothing really interesting happened. Anyone excited for Baldur's Gate 3? Let us know. And that's a wrap on our personal highlights from E3. What games are you excited for? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more great UDS content every single week.
Oh!